X users are crashing out on X because they're changing the monetization guidelines. And we'll talk about this a little bit because we do talk about the creator economy and changes to the creator economy. And X, on one hand, says it wants to be part of the creator economy. In fact, they just had a big article in the Hollywood Reporter. But then on the other hand, they're making it harder for people to monetize. Now, their head of development, I think it's Nikita Bier, said that the reason for this is to make sure that people aren't just reposting other people's videos and getting paid for it. Because, you know, you don't just want to repost other people's video content, you know, and get paid for it. Build your channel off of just reposting other people's stuff. No, but, you know, X, I'm really on the fence about myself. I do post over there occasionally. I'm trying to pull back on X because I haven't really seen much of a net benefit to like anything else that we do. I used to use it as kind of a loss leader, you know, to lead to other stuff, to our videos elsewhere, or to our website or whatever. And I think that X wants you publishing on X. The problem is that people don't understand how to monetize on X, and a lot of people are calling for X monetization to just end completely because it's stinking the place up. So let's talk about the X user crash out. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. If you go out to more.clownfishtv.com, that's more.clownfishtv.com. That is actually our Substack, where we're posting more articles and podcasts that you will not get on the YouTube channel. And look, I think with the creator economy, you pretty much have to pick a lane and stay in it. And either you go all in on something like X, or you go all in on YouTube memberships, or you go all in on, you know, Substack or whatever. And, you know, we've chosen to put our Plus Club, I guess, if you want to call it that, over on Substack because I don't want to put all my eggs into YouTube's basket. And I don't trust Patreon. I still have a very deep distrust of Patreon. They've pulled some shenanigans over the years, but look, any platform that you build on, right? If you're building on, or you're a sharecropper, and I've used this before, and it pisses people off. It's not a racist thing. There were actually more white sharecroppers than black sharecroppers, if I remember correctly. But you know, you're building on somebody else's land. You're working somebody else's land. It's not yours. You don't own it. And unfortunately, I'm starting to realize that they don't want you owning your own little corner of the internet. Google is making massive changes to their search, to AI. And, you know, they're basically going to lock out small mom and pop sites. So even if you're like, hey, I'm going to try to build something on my own website, good luck with that. Good luck getting found. And that's the truth. The people who are going to get found are the big players, the big media companies. They're totally going to get found because they have deals with Google. So the rest of us plebs are going to have to work the land over on YouTube or Twitch or X or Substack or whatever. And that's kind of how it's set up. And any one of those platforms, I'm going to be honest, they can change things at the drop of a hat. And this is what's going on with X right now. They're making it harder to monetize. And we have Nikita Bier actually saying that, you know, we're going to make it harder to monetize if you're just going to share other people's stuff. And I'm going to be fair here. It was always weird to me that you could just like take somebody else's video and you might get like 10 million views on that video, and that other person might only get like, you know, 1,000 views on that video, but you're actually going to make the money and they're not. So let's talk about some of the changes. This is Nikita Bier. This is May 22nd. Over the past month, we have identified a number of large accounts that have been programmatically re-uploading content from smaller accounts to game the revenue share program and circumvent crediting the original author. We're now identifying these posts and allocating the impressions entirely to the creator. If you have insightful commentary about a post, we recommend using the share video or quote feature to ensure your posts are properly attributed. So people are, I don't know if they're just like downloading videos and re-uploading. I know every time I share a video, I do the share video and it actually, you know, tells you where the video came from. That is the proper way to do it. But Nikita says, incredible crash out tonight. I'd quote, but unblocked. So this is the Figgin. And I don't know if the Figgin is like a big account or what, but they said, let me ask you something, Nikita Bier. You only paid me for food because I didn't share my own content. That's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Even when payments were reduced by 80%, I posted actively here every single day for hours. but now I'm getting millions of views and the original video owners are going to make money off of me. You must have lost your mind. This is a dictatorship. Lamau says Nikki D. She has a point. There's no way many of us would see the originals if she did not repost. She's a great account for quirky content. She does these people a favor by reposting. There has to be a way to compensate that. So a lot of people are saying that just monetizing X in general has ruined it. And there are always going to be people that try to game the system, right? There are a lot of aggregator accounts out there. I've seen, some of the big ones, the ones with like millions of subscribers, are just aggregating other people's content. They're not actually making original content. The problem I have as a content creator is there's no transparency to how or why or what the revenue share process is with X. You have no way of knowing. It's not like YouTube or Facebook or something where you get like a daily estimated total and you know what's working and what's not working and what can be monetized and what can't be monetized. But in this case, it's just like X is just like, trust me, bro, this is what you made. And that's a huge problem for creators. So what they're trying to do is they're actually trying to attract more creators. We'll talk about that first, and then we're going to talk about these changes, why people are crashing out. Hollywood Reporter, they made a big push like a week ago. X is making a major creator push, launching ad product to connect brands and users exclusive. Yeah, because I don't know if X is monetizing as well as they wanted it to. I think Elon bought a pig in a poke, personally. Social media platform now controlled by Elon Musk's SpaceX is bringing a new product called Creator Connect to market using AI to connect brands to relevant creators in search of more ad dollars. So X wants to carve out a bigger slice of the creator economy, and it's launching a new product that it thinks can entice creators to do more on the platform and earn more revenue doing it. Okay. While also persuading big brands to spend more on ads, all powered by AI, of course. Of course. We've really been looking at this as the year where we're entering our creator era platform, or as a platform, and we're really trying to build a platform that fosters a healthy creator economy, says Mitchell Smith, the global head of content partnerships for X. Smith notes that X, formerly Twitter, has in the past few months launched a Creator's Choice Award with cash prizes for winners, as well as starter packs, which provide new user lists with creators relevant areas like sports and business. Okay. Mostly, I'm going to tell you the truth. On X, the only thing that flies right now is right-wing political commentary. That's it. That's what the platform is right now. And it's kind of like Rumble, where, I like Rumble in theory. I think we need more alternatives to YouTube. But this is the audience you've cultivated by catering almost exclusively to canceled conservatives or people who feel like they've been canceled or whatever. You've basically alienated a good portion of the general audience. And that's where I think X is at right now. X is in the same place as Rumble, where this is the place people go to for right-wing talking heads in politics. They're not going there for their everyday news. They're not going there for general entertainment. There are some accounts that are kind of leftovers from the Twitter days. Now, Twitter was the same thing. It was just on the opposite side of the spectrum, in my opinion, right? And it was worse. I'm gonna be honest. Twitter was worse. It was a lot worse than X is. But X is far from perfect, and they do have a problem with, like, I guess, general mass market penetration. Like, it's not going the way they thought it was going to go. They basically turned it into 4chan light, and people get financially compensated for tweeting like it's 4chan. That's the truth. And taking other people's videos and shit. Our head of product, Nikita Bier, is so committed to really bettering the platform for creators. As a result, we're seeing a lot of great engagement around creators, and all of that organic work finally gives us the credibility to now go to market with a commercial offering. So they were trying to get mainstream advertisers on X. This is just my opinion. They were trying to get mainstream advertisers on X. They had Linda, was it Yaccarino? She was the one from NBC, and she left. I think she realized she couldn't sell X as it is. And I think they're going to run into the same thing. But what they're going to do is they're going to try to basically kick up some sponsorships and then split that revenue with the creators. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be real here. Like, I don't know if X is really worth it for brands to advertise on, given how hyper-focused on politics it's become. It's kind of like, I mean, Reddit, I guess, has more mass appeal. People are advertising on Reddit, but it'd be like asking people to advertise on Blue Sky or something. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go, but I do know that right now, a lot of people are crashing out over, the monetization issue. This person here, Viral Feed, says the reach on X is becoming very unpredictable lately. Millions of views are great, but they don't mean much if payouts are getting cut by 80%. It feels like the platform is prioritizing views over actual creator earnings now. Not a good sign for anyone to build here. That is the problem they're going to have. And this is kind of the problem that Rumble has too. And again, I don't have anything against Rumble. I actually like some of the people over there, but they have catered almost exclusively to people who are looking for right-wing politics, talking heads. The general public is not going to Rumble for like video game play or how-to videos. Those things might be there, but they're not going to get found. They're not going to get pushed. And X has done this. They basically boosted a lot of hyper-political voices. So now, like, those are the biggest accounts, but then they're doing a rug pull too. They're like, hey, I know we told you to do XYZ thing, no pun intended, to get found in the algorithm, but now we're going to tell you to do the opposite of that. So you've got like even the libs of TikTok, I think, was complaining. You had Cat Turd complaining. You had, all these like really big X accounts that were like, that was the thing a year ago. And they're all like, yeah, this sucks now. Duck says to the Figgin, you did nothing but steal content, re-upload it as your own because you had a larger following. You get views and the original creator gets nothing. You deserve nothing unless it's original. Nothing. So what are the oranges for, Figgin? Keith Sharp. So you got rich posting other people's content, and now you're mad they're taking it away. I did a quick scroll of your page. The post appears to be the only one that isn't a repost of somebody else's content. Dude, you take others' content, and want to be paid massive amounts for it. It's beyond entitlement. They should be able to sue you for stealing their content and making money off of it. Sue you. You took my tweets. How dare you? Tom likes robots. I like robots too. To be honest, I don't see what's wrong with original creators getting paid. They are providing value by creating content. Does this seem ridiculous? They're doing this because they want to change how they're going to package X to the advertisers, the sponsors. And, I think I do think it's right that the original video creator get the content. I'm worried with them using AI, though. They're going to misidentify stuff. But here it is trending. X updates revenue sharing to credit original creators over reposters. Ronan says $2,200 from X monetization for the last 2 weeks. Streak of 3 payouts when I was getting 2,000. I'm getting 2,000 plus from monetization. Here's what I noticed with X monetization. Monetization for stolen reposted content gets mass slashed. My friend got $180 for 12 million impressions. All reposted TikToks and YouTube lectures. Wild engagement inside every tweet. It doesn't matter. So now X detects it as stolen, low-quality content. Meanwhile, original creators with 2 million impressions are getting 5 to 10 times bigger payouts. Okay, so that might explain it. So people are like losing their shit because they're not sure what works and what doesn't work. And again, the biggest problem here is they're not telling people specifically, this is what's going to get you paid on post this kind of content. This will get you paid. Because I do know people I've talked to. They're like, yeah, I had like 10 or 20 million impressions. And I got like $50. I think that happened to me one time too. And I don't think I reposted anybody's stuff. I just made a comment about something and I got and it was like $50. Millions of impressions is like $50, but then somebody else is like, making all kinds of stuff. So they're trying to make it out like, see, this is the problem. YouTube is cleaner in the fact that you're getting a revenue split from advertising. X is not. This whole like creator share thing, and I've talked about this before. This is a house of cards waiting to collapse because we've seen it with Webtoon. We've seen it with other. Substack was doing it too. They're throwing money at people to get them to jump into the boat, right? To basically to kickstart Substack. Hey, we'll give you a deal. We'll give you so many thousands of dollars per month to post just to build up the platform. Once they get to a certain point or it no longer becomes sustainable, they stop giving the money out. I think they're getting stricter with the payouts because I think whatever slush fund they had to pay out of for the creator thing, I don't think they expected it to be gamed the way that it was. And see also the documentary on the Pepsi points. But I think they have a long way to go. until content creators are going to take X seriously as a content creation platform, especially with all these creators out there, you know, making comments about the monetization ruining the whole platform, you know, people not getting paid. Well, this person here, whatever, says $32 for 9 million impressions, all original content. I made $41 for 4.3 million impressions the previous pay period, more than twice the impressions, but less pay. What do the community notes say here? The community notes say X payouts are based on impressions from verified users in the home timeline and engagement quality, not total impressions. See, that's really nebulous. I mean, it really is. Like, I get what they're trying to do. I get it. But I don't think people are going to go for it. Like, you need to tell them, if you do XYZ thing, you will make XYZ amount of money. Not just like, well, just post and guess what we want and post content like that you think we want. And maybe the tooth fairy will show up and bless you with, you know, X thousands of dollars. Again, no pun intended. X bucks. That'll be the next thing we pay in X bucks, right? This has come from Startup Fortune. They said X has spent years rewarding whatever kept people scrolling. Now it's trying to reward where the content actually came from. The platform is moving to identified copied posts and allocate impressions to the original creator, a shift that directly targets accounts that built audiences by downloading viral clips, reposting them quickly, and collecting the engagement. It sounds like a narrow creator economy tweak. It's bigger than that. For X, this is an attempt to fix one of the incentives that has made the platform feel fast, noisy, and often unfair to people doing the work. For founders building media tools, rights systems, creator analytics, or Providence software, it's also a signal that attribution is becoming part of the monetization stack, not a moral complaint. Yeah, this is all about them just trying to go after advertisers. This isn't a moral thing. This is about them trying to make X more brand safe, but they're not getting the advertisers directly. They're going to try to connect authentic accounts with brand deals. And I think that, look, they're going to have certain people they have in mind, right? They're going to have certain people that they have in mind. I think they're just trying to figure out how to monetize X, and I don't know if you can do it. I'm going to be honest. Once Twitter, always Twitter, and that's how people are going to view it, but that's just my personal opinion. When there's more transparency on X, and I actually know what the hell works and what doesn't work, I might spend more time on it, but I'm just like throwing my hands up in the air. Like, I have no idea what they're looking for, what they want. I posted original content. I've gotten interaction on it. You get like $50, you know? But then apparently you can be like this person, repost a bunch of TikToks, make all kinds of money, and now they're mad they're taking it away. What do you guys think? Do you guys even use X? I know I talk about X on the channel and people are like, yeah, I don't even give a shit. I don't even use X anymore. I am over it. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Again, check out more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com, and we'll talk later.